Hello, and welcome to Leadership Trail Mix. I am Miguel Oliveira, and for the next few minutes we'll be together looking at one of the many ingredients that compose this art and science we call people leadership. Today, I'm recording this episode from a very special place. I am in the mountains, sitting at the dining table at my in-laws' cabin, surrounded by trees and people I love, after an amazing meal. It's in this space that I'll be talking to John Smith, my father-in-law. He goes by Jack. He taught me how to fish, how to tie flies. It was with him that I ever stepped on a canoe. And he told me so many stories. Some of these stories, more than once, but honestly, I don't care. He's gone through so much and he's recently reached 80 years of life. And a lot of the stories Jack has told me over the past 4 years are about work and his experience as a people leader. So that's what we'll be talking about today. Jack, welcome to Leadership Trail Mix.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you here, Jack. My first question to you is, what did you enjoy the most about leading people?
You never know what you're going to be involved in. And meeting people and learning their way and your way and what can come out of the best ways for that is what's fun. You got to look at it as an adventure for everything that you do. And if you don't, you're going to be bored. They're going to be bored. So give them a chance. You let them actually build their lives, not yours. And that's what the whole thing is about as far as I'm concerned. So I have been fortunate. I've worked with some of the best people in the world. And some of the people say, oh, those guys just can't get by. They never tried them. And you end up letting them guide your job, not necessarily you guiding them all the time. You're there for any difficulties that come up. That's your advantage to them. And you let them build. And it is so much fun working with people doing that because they enjoy it, you enjoy it, and you have some screw-ups. Those happen. I mean, it just goes through, and you can't take and dwell on those. You dwell on what's good, and you take the ones that had the problems and look and wonder, what did we do wrong? And you try and correct and go from there. And it's fun. That's the best part of it. It's fun. So basically, that's what I've done in my life with the people I've worked with. And no matter who and where I'm at, anything you look at, the people that you're working with are the most important part. It doesn't matter what everything else is in the other environment you got. If you don't have good people that are knowledgeable and want to take the lead and go with it, you're up a creek. I mean, that's just the way it's going to happen. And you don't want to depend on your people. You're losing out on a valuable resource. So that's basically what I look at in life.
This is a beautiful response, Jack, and kind of gives you all a taste of what this conversation is going to be. It's gold. Jack, can you share with us an example of someone, an employee that you worked with, someone that you had the opportunity to lead, and that exceeded your expectations? Someone that you still remember with fond memories of that working relationship?
I worked for the highway department, and I inherited an area that had kind of been mismanaged as it goes through. And I had a senior worker, which was in a patrol in a pretty difficult area. It was in actually Evergreen. And he was conscientious. He tried to work out, but he never had any motivation to keep going or trying to do different things. And nobody gave him the chance. Working with him over just less than a year, the man took control, got his crew going, and not being by adverse conditions, it was by knowledge and working with what he was doing. I got to a point that I trusted him attending city and county meetings on his roadways. He came back and those people enjoyed having him there, and he came back with more information you could shake a stick at. Also let them know why certain things were happening. He made life a lot simpler for all of us in the Evergreen area. That was one of my 4 favorite ones.
I love that. Thank you for sharing with us. Jack, yesterday you told me about a math teacher that questioned your way of doing things and you challenged her back. Then, today, you told me about the importance of trusting people and letting them do the work versus telling them every detail of what they have to do. I think you also touched on these 2 points in your prior answers, but I just want to talk a little bit more about that, the importance of trust when you're leading people.
When you go through work and you cannot trust somebody, you got a problem. And now they may not do it your way, but if they get the exact results you're looking for, what difference does it make? And so we'd go through, we'd discuss jobs, which projects that we're doing, and some of them came up with a lot of different ways, and it wasn't my way, but it was their way. They got the job done easily, and that's what it was there for. It was coming out to make sure, because with the highway department, the traveling public is your number one course. You want to make sure you get them taken care of safely. And however you do that, that's what you got to do. And I was fortunate to have a lot of people that had some super ideas. And if I'd have taken and said, no, you got to do it my way, that would have stapled them there and it would not have worked. They grew and I grew. I mean, you see more things, it's more interest. And it was fun for all of us. Anytime you don't think you can learn, you got a problem. And it's more fun doing it with them. That's what we always do.
I love that, Jack. And I love how many times you've used the word fun during this conversation. I love that fun and work seem to go hand in hand for you. And I love how much leadership seems to have played a role in making your work life fun. As we get to the end of this conversation, we end every episode of Leadership Trail Mix with a call to action. One thing that leaders that are listening to us can start doing today to become better people leaders for the people they work with. What is a call to action that you would leave us with today, Jack?
I had a career of 35 years in one job, but that job was it was one company, a highway department, but it was never one job, really. I did a lot. And the one thing you got to look at, you've got to learn. Now, I was one that didn't always follow the rules, but I felt sure of what I did, that I could justify what I did. And all of the time, my whole career, I never got questioned for what I did. And I let my people do the same thing to me. They took a chance, and you had to take a look at their chance. If they got the results, you don't say a word. That's what you look for, and that's what makes your job an enjoyable time with all of them. I was never bored in 35 years. And I learned a lot. And I had, like I said before, I had some of the most superb people I could ever ask to work with, and I did.
Jack, thank you for that call to action. Thank you for sharing your experience and your expertise, your wisdom with us. It was truly an honor to have you on Leadership Trail Mix today. And that's how we get to the end of this episode, folks. If you have any thoughts that you want to share with me, you know where to find me. Miguel@leadershiptrailmix.com. Thank you for listening. Take care and talk soon.